No, I literally just did it. Like we got done last night at like 10.
Yo, you sponsoring next week, right?
I'm with it.
Gift cards, gift certificates.
The minimum is $25.
everything.
You can send $25. We'll buy a gift card. We're not keeping it. We're gonna fucking just
Yeah,
do a gift
I'm
card
not
and send it out.
gonna leave this building without giving you that right up.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm gonna do it before I leave today.
And we gotta also if we can do the promo so we can finally get Vianci off the promo.
Oh, the anchor thing.
Yeah. So maybe we could do that today.
And then we gotta talk about the other thing.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But all right, you guys ready to start?
Word.
Ready.
All right, let's do it.
Parents strongly caution the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Let's Talk After Dark podcast, where anything goes and nothing's off the table. I'm Benny. With me, as always,
Maverick, Dame Rev,
our special guest,
Tyler Gifted.
All right, so you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Let's Talk Us Now. Listen to us on Apple, Spotify, Google, everywhere else. Watch us on YouTube, like, subscribe. Obviously, we're more than a podcast. We have a bunch of shows and shit, so you guys need to watch because you need to get those views up.
We're a network.
Shows and
We're
shit.
a network.
Yeah, we're a network. We're on the Let's Talk network. But anyways, let's get to our guest.
Tyler fucking Gifted.
It was good.
What up, man? How you
up?
doing?
I'm doing well. Can't really complain, Another day, just striving.
Word, man. So listen, I just heard the album, the EP you just put out. It is fire. I'm not just saying that. Like, I'm waiting for artists to come out here so I can roast them. Nah, but it's fire. I feel like you went a little deeper on this one than you typically do.
Yeah, it definitely did. I don't know. It really came out of nowhere because, I released the Gemini album. Seen the numbers it did with promotion. I was like, okay, let me release something that's in my catalog because I have so much songs that's unreleased. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, let me release some of my deepest tracks in one drill track that I've never really did. That was just an experiment, but people actually liked it. So I was like, all right, let me get in tune with this one and see what this EP does. And I've got the same response. Like, this one's deeper. It has more feeling and life story to it. So I was like, I
Do you
appreciate
find
that,
more success putting out like projects with less tracks?
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Because when you're a new artist, well, a lot of people tend to forget, like when I see, unsigned artists release albums with 12 to 15 songs, even me as a person who doesn't really know this artist, I'm only hearing 3 songs.
Yeah.
And then I'll forget about it later.
Yeah.
So then that brought me to think, and it's not doing it to be like, oh, forget this artist. I don't care about this artist. It's more just, it's a thing. So I tried to do with Gemini, I did 8 songs and seen 6 out of the 8 got the most play.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, now let me try 4. And then it keeps, now the numbers it gives people replay value.
And I appreciate that. Thank you, because I hate those, because I'm not really into the music life. When I started getting into it, I would listen to those 15 songs straight through, and then afterwards I'd be like, I don't want to hear anything else. You know what I mean?
Too much.
Yes, yeah. And there's some like you said, there's like 3 you'll find, but when you have the small amount, it's perfect. I listen. You have that. You go to work, you heard it all, you're good. You can listen to it again going back. Yeah,
because people tend to play the same song over and over and over. Like when they find a song, like I know me personally, if I'm going through somebody's album and there's 20 songs, like Eminem's album he put out earlier this year, there's one song, let's call it "Lock It Up" or something. Like that song on replay because I just like that particular song. Something I don't like the album. It's just that. So if you're giving them less, there's like less margin for error. Because people, I don't do throwaway tracks, and you don't either.
Yeah,
because every song, there's only 4 tracks, and to me, like they were all dope. They were extremely well produced. Now you're an engineer too.
Yes, engineer.
What'd you do first?
I was always an artist first. I was always just freestyling. That's really how I started. I was just freestyling, chilling with the homies. We out in the streets doing what we do, and just people kept telling me like, hey, take this serious. Do something with this. Like, you're not supposed to be here. Like, this is what we do. You're not meant for this. And I'm like, yeah, definitely not. So I was like, nah, this ain't the life I want.
I agree.
I don't want to sit here and just, selling and doing all this and not going to get me nowhere. So I'm like, all right. And then I just started actually recording. And I wasn't really engineering. I thought music was simple at that time. So I was literally recording a song myself and then just leaving it there. Like, okay, let me release this on SoundCloud with no production. And then when I started, no engineering, nothing to it, it's just raw. And I was just like, no. Then I dug deeper and started teaching myself and doing classes and going to bigger studios, learning stuff. And I actually fell in love with engineering. It's not even a hobby. It's literally just like my second love.
That's what you do too. Like you run a studio, right?
Yeah,
it's a public studio.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been doing it for?
7 years straight now.
Amazing.
7 years. And this year is when stuff really started to fall in place. And it's actually amazing. Like,
It's beautiful how it works, right?
Yeah, crazy.
Yo.
Like I was gonna stop engineering at one point, and then there's just clientele kept coming, and then now I'm able to LLC. Now I'm able to
Congratulations.
link with investors and have my team in formation. Like, all right, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like, we can really make a company. Like, the goal is to have the Quad Studios of the 413, have the best studio for artists to actually come and enjoy creating their music. And that's the goal. Like,
That's so damn important because I think, like I was saying before we started shooting, is the art of engineering is being like slept on these days. Now that it's so much easier to get a hold of a home studio, and now with like financing options, you could get Pro Tools and like you could get whatever. It used to be they used to have all that money and only the people that were serious businesses could get them. Now everybody could do it. Now for $20 a month, you could put all your stuff on iTunes and they don't even monitor it anymore like they used to.
Yep.
Like anything, you could put whatever shit you want, and people got away from getting your song actually mixed and mastered. And that's what I noticed about you, is that your music sounds, just from the standpoint of it being mixed and mastered, it sounds great.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I noticed that.
Yeah, and it's like that's something when I started learning how to engineer, I've always wanted to do. I wanted to make sure the listeners were like, what the hell? Like, where's he from? Or
Right, yeah.
Because, I actually get those DMs, like, and it's people from the area, and they'll be like, oh, I started hearing your name a lot because of Pablo. And they're like, where you from? And I'm like, I was born in Springfield, raised in Holyoke. And they're, for real? You're from out here? Like, yeah, I'm from out here.
Because you don't sound like it.
Yeah,
because out
man,
here, I say it every podcast.
Yeah, I try to tell people, like, like I've even recorded people, and they be like, oh, but like, what's the point when I can do it myself? And I'm like, you could definitely do it yourself. Go ahead.
But it's gonna sound like shit.
Yes, it's not gonna sound right unless you're actually nice at it. But it's a select few of people who are actually good at engineering out here. Like, I've even been to certain big studios that the engineers are trash.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I got a joke about that.
It's sad, you know what I mean? Like, I paid just to try it. I wanted to basically step out of my element of doing it myself. I went to Quad Studios in New York, and we booked 8 hours. It was $800 for 8 hours with the engineer. I asked them to give me my raw files after. Yeah. Like, we heard it in there, it sounded great.
Yeah, like, let me mix
in the car,
it. Yeah.
I'm like, no, send me my files, please.
Yeah.
They sent them. I was like, I'm never going back to spend that money again. Like, that's ridiculous. For that, I'll spend the money on upgrading my equipment. You know what I mean? I upgrade at least twice a year. Like, I just keep upgrading. And I feel like that's very important, and people forget about that. Like, I don't want a home studio. I want a studio. Like, nah, this is crazy.
Yeah, that happened to me. We went to In Your Ear in New York City. It was in In Your Ears in Queens, and it was $750 or something for like 7 hours. Yeah. And we came out. It sounded like what we were doing, and I'm like, yo, this dude makes Big Pun's track. Like, he did. All the people that they mixed are on the walls. L Cool J, all of them. And then I come out and I'm like, why your shit sound like ours? It's because I feel like I don't know if he didn't try.
It's
or
either
what
that,
it is.
or a lot of big studios have different engineers.
So, do you ever feel like sometimes an engineer could be just like, this dude sucks, and just kind of like la da 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 da, whatever? Could it be that too?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Have you ever? So this, I want to use that as a segue to get this question. Have you ever had somebody? You don't have to say anything, but just ever been with somebody who's just like, bro, I can't do nothing for you.
Like an artist?
Like an artist, yeah. Like had to.
Like, they want you to perform
They want you to, like,
oh yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
No, I know exactly. I know,
Yeah.
because mad singers. Because you probably got a lot of singers hitting you up, and Girls with a Dream, but they can't sing worth a damn, and they're like, "Yo, can you fix this?" Oh, I don't know what's going on with me today.
Bro, it's ridiculous. Like, I've literally had people sit there and be like, can you take that note and expand it so it's longer? And I'm like, no.
Just do it right.
Like, I can't grab your
Like, can you just hit the
vocal and
auto tune button?
expand it. And not even that. I use Melodyne for singers. Melodyne, which is auto tune, but without the robot effect. It's literally pitch correction for singers. And you'll be surprised. Like, they expect me to do the most with this. And I'm like, I only have the $200 version. Do you want me to get the $1,000 version? You could buy that. You know what I mean? If you really want that.
Or you learn how to sing.
Yeah, learn how to sing. Like I try to there's one person who came to my studio. He surprised me. Ron Baker. He surprised me. He surprised me amazingly because he came to the studio and he's warming up before he's recording beats playing. He's just A, B, C, singing. And I'm like, see, this is a singer. This is what you're supposed to do. He knows how to sing. Had no problems with this guy. And then, had a female singer come and she don't know shit. Sounds good. You put the Melodyne on, it tells you how off she is. Yeah. And then they just want you to make it sound like they're Beyonce or Mariah Carey. And it's like, I can't do that. You don't have vibrato. I can't give you vibrato. I don't know what you want me to do. Like, it's crazy. Like, when it comes down to it, they just want me to perform the craziest miracles. Like, I don't even know. Can you make me sound on beat? Like, stuff like I've had that. Like,
shit.
Can you make me sound on beat? It's like, I can, but you should be on beat. Like, that's
a lot of work.
It's crazy.
Moving people over.
I've done it before, and then they were like, damn, how we do 3 hours? And it's like, bro, I just sat here for an hour and a half trying to get your vocals on beat. Like,
yeah, that actually leads to my next question. How much time do you feel like you spend working on like one verse because somebody can't get it out?
Honestly, keep it 100 with you. I've actually this was actually like 2 weeks ago, sat through a session, 2 hours, 4 bars.
Damn.
How?
Me?
I think people don't understand is recording is the last thing you're supposed to do when you're making a song. You're supposed to do the song first.
Yeah.
And get it together and then know your song and then go to the studio.
Someone paid you for 4 hours.
You should get that shit out in 20 minutes and then to spend the rest of the time with that mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people look at it like, oh, at least you're making money. But to me, it's like, yeah, but I want you to leave with a product.
It's not your
song,
art.
right.
People don't understand it. Yes, and that's I'm happy you said it because that's one of my next questions. Sometimes people feel like you said, like, oh, people say, oh, well, you're making paper, but it's not the same when your artistry is still not being shown. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
well, you probably could relate to some of the film things you have to do. People ask you.
He's like, oh, yeah.
Motherfuckers think I'm Marvel Studios and shit.
Yeah. Yo, can you make me lose some weight?
I'll be like, Goku, I want powers and shit.
Yo, for real, like, can you take the pimple on my... This nigga saying Photoshop.
Thanks. It's crazy. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes they expect, but then there is those artists that I'm like, damn, they actually get shit done. Like, you know what I mean? They bust the tracks out, good vocal take, which I try to explain to a lot of people as an engineer, and I try explaining is a great mix, which I learned this from a professional, like Chop Tier, and he said a great mix comes from a great vocalist. So if you have a trash vocal, we can swear on here, right? Shitty vocal. Please. You have a shitty vocal. You can't expect the engineer to just make it sound better. Like, we can make it sound clean, but it could still be shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous.
We can't make talent.
Yeah, we can't.
What do you mean?
We can polish it. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Well, my family said I could sing, man.
I just wish engineers got more credit. Like,
I do too.
People forget. Like, think about. Let's example, like, hear a DaBaby song with no raw. You're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is this? Like, he's
Even
fired,
now,
but
I'm
what
like,
is
what
this?
the fuck?
Like, what the fuck is this?
Even Polish, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and it's like, I think about it, I'm just like, I wish engineers got credit. Like, producers get their credit now, Back then it wasn't as strong, but now you got people like Metro Boomin who are
got you. Yeah,
it's because they're carrying everybody because everybody sucks at rap.
Yeah, it's the beat nowadays. It's the
Let's
beat
be
nowadays.
100%.
The beats, without the beats, I feel like people would realize the talent level is really low. Like, the expectation now, I feel like, is if you got an image and you got money and you threaten to shoot people, there you go. Now you won. You know what I mean? Like, no, bro. Like,
that's all it is.
There's got to be more to it.
MCs used to have to sound dope a cappella.
Yo, fire.
Remember that?
Yeah, bro.
Like, that's how you gauge a good
good
MC. When there's no beat, if you sound dope, if people want it, if you can trap people into listening to you when you have no beat, like, that's talent.
Yeah, right.
And that's gone. And then when you get in the studio, it's like people don't. They throw that away. They want the everything you have in your videos.
Yeah.
They wanna look like that, but you actually do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, and that's why people don't think you're from around here is because you pay attention to what you look like. And
Yeah,
you know what I'm
detail.
saying? Everything has to be crispy. Everything has to be
Yeah, it
straight.
has
A
to.
penny is. You know, with all the product that we push out of here, it's polished. Like it looks a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's like gone, and people should really start to look at engineers
Yeah.
in a way that, you know, that's a skill that people go to college for that.
Yeah, and I've met people that went to college and they're still trash. Like, I'm not even
to college?
playing. Huh? No.
Self-taught?
No, self-taught. I mean, I don't know.
Self-taught. Got your LLC. Yo, tell him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like-
Flex
Nah,
on
it
them.
was-
So
This
Gifted
the good
is your
flex.
last
Fuck
name.
the Hennessy
Yeah,
bottles and all
this
that. Like,
this is what the flex is.
Yeah, this is the flex. You know,
You're spending
like,
student loans and shit like that. This dude right here,
yo,
like,
nah, because I personally, like, I didn't even graduate high school. I personally felt like it wasn't for me. I felt like I was meant for more, and I have something in me, like a talent that I can learn anything and I'll master it within a certain amount of time. Like, this is my goal.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I started researching like the richest people in the world, all college or high school dropouts, that motivated me. It was like, so what am I doing? What am I doing? Like, I don't want to be in a place that's teaching me stuff I don't need to know for my life later. The only thing is math. Engineering comes with math, like a motherfucker. like, when I met John Jay Dilly from Enfield, the stew.
Yeah.
I met him, good dude, great dude, and he told me, he was like, this is all division. You have to divide when you're EQing, and I'm just like, huh? Like, you have to divide? So now I be pulling out my calculator while I'm doing it, and people are like, why you got a calculator? And I'm just like, bro, you don't even
Like, niggas, I'm not good at math.
I suck at math. But yeah, I just took it into my own hands. It was like, I want to build a legacy. I want to build a business, something for my daughters to have when I'm gone. Because my daughters love the studio. You know what I mean? My oldest, she's 4. When I bring her to the studio, Dad, can I record you? Like, she loves kind of stuff like that. I feel like one of them's going to be an engineer and the other one's going to be a singer. That's literally how I
Bro,
feel.
but you know what? That's what you just said, the magic word right there. And I think everybody that's been on this podcast we've actually had said this. Like, everyone's trying to build a legacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, everyone wants to leave. You know, it's if you have a Springfield mind. I shouldn't say Springfield. Let's say Western Mass. I'm not.
Yeah, definitely Western
It's
Mass.
Western. If you have a Western Mass mindset, you are where you are. You know what I mean? People who don't, you know, you're looking outside the box and stuff like that. You know, like you guys were saying from the beginning, you don't sound like you're from around here, and that's how you have to do things. Where's the furthest you've traveled to?
Furthest, honestly, to Florida, honestly. So far, it's just Florida. That's not even that far.
Pretty far.
That's not very
Yeah,
far.
Yeah.
Like performing wise though.
Oh,
Sorry, my
performing
bad.
wise? Okay, got you. Nah, Boston.
Boston?
Yeah. I tried getting to other spots, and it was just really my networking at that time before COVID. Like I said, this is the year where stuff started falling in place. Like, it just wasn't there because I'm doing my own management. You know, like I've had a manager in the past and kind of almost ruined what I had going on. I was like, no, like I'd rather have someone with a similar vision.
Why do people do that?
Yeah, I thought having a manager was it. Like,
manager?
honestly, at this point.
No, like, why do these managers like fuck people over, realizing
Because they're
like,
not managers.
Yeah, because they're trying to build
They're trying to
you
be
into
managers.
like I had a manager a long time ago, and God, I hope that song gets deleted. But at this point, I'm like, whatever. If it gets found, it's found. Whatever. I know where it's at, and I'm like, damn, I can't delete this shit. So I had a manager years ago. Yeah, we tried a different route. He wanted me to do like the positive rap route because he looked at me. This is when I was like super skinny. I was just like, my hair was long. Like, I didn't really take care of myself like that. I was like, whatever. So he wanted me to take the positive route, and he kind of had a vision of me being like a Justin Bieber, and I'm like, bro, that's not gonna be possible. Like, I'm from Holyoke. Like,
Play me that fucking song.
holy? I'm
like,
from,
bro,
he
I'm not-
said
like,
holy.
I'm
Like,
not suburban.
No.
Like, that's the thing. Like, you know, people say I'm Spanish and I'm white. I'm half and half. So I'm just like, I don't see what you're going with this, but I tried positive music, and like, I had a good SoundCloud fan base, and then once I started making the positive music, it just dropped. It just dropped. And it's like, because I'm not telling me, like, you could tell it's not me. Like, bro, you didn't go through this. Like, you're talking happy and all this. Like, when we see you, you
You're
don't
not
happy inside.
Yeah, like,
they can see. They can see some
so
bullshit.
that made me say, forget having a manager. Like, dude taught me certain stuff. He was wise, but other than that, I was like, no. What I'm doing now which is, I actually just got engaged.
Congratulations.
Great woman. You know what I mean? She's a mother figure to my daughters. She's amazing. She's always with me in the studio. She helps me with the business. And I have her learning management right now because that's someone I can trust. I can trust financially and I can trust with my next move. So I thought about that and I'm like, why just get someone I don't know when I got someone who's riding for me, thick and thin, when we're broke, when we're up. Let her be the manager. I brought her to one show to test it out when we first started, talking a while back. And I'm like, all right, so I'm going on in a few. She was like, all right, I'm gonna figure something out. She went and brought all the females to the front of the stage. I was like, whoa, okay. Cause she has that communication skill. So she's talking to people and she actually brings everybody to the front. She's just going around making friends and then, all right, yeah, come to the front. He's about to perform. And the whole front of the stage was packed. And I was like, yeah, this is fire. Instead of performing and everybody's doing their own thing, drinking at the bar, you know what I mean? So I was like, I feel people need to start thinking like that. Like if you have someone, even if it's a close friend, but someone who rides for you, you need to make them a part of this.
I'm gonna just cut you. I have to disagree with the close friend part. You're right 100% with your ride or die because it does make a difference. You can have a close friend, but at the end of the day, it's so much different when it's that person you love.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I was like, my short.
But what you got right there, because that's why I got too. Like it's pretty much it's great. You see guys successful because they have somebody back of them really pushing. Rev's just a miracle right there. He's a miracle baby. No, because we're kind of like all married here.
Oh,
you're not. You're not married. But you're successful. So you're a miracle baby.
Yeah,
But that's what's up though. The only reason I cut off friends because sometimes you'll have people who will be there, right? But I guess you could say they're not a true friend or whatever. But some people can't handle that extra that weight, that pressure.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Because you'll so you'll depend on them for a little bit and you'll work together. You'll ride. You'll have visions, and next thing you know, they're just like
they fall back or they start slacking.
Yeah,
that actually makes sense.
And you're like, yo, what the fuck?
Now that I think about it, because I've had a lot of people in our team, because our things Live to Make It, which was founded by one of my best friends, LTMI Records, Live to Make It. So now we're branding it,
Congratulations.
And we had a lot. I appreciate it. We had a lot of people. Well, not a lot. I'll say like 6, 7 people around us, and little by little, falling back. And it's still me and him. Well, dude, ended up just being me and him. I'm like, bro, forget this. We're gonna stick me, you, and then our other homie Michael. It's just us. And tight. My girl. We're not doing none of this. We need, because that's the thing. Too many people. It's gonna cause a conflict in the end, or conflict of interest. It's just gonna mess everything up. Because one thing I learned, I read 50 Cent's new book, which was an amazing book. It taught me a lot. So he said, example, what happened with G Unit was everyone had a vision, but nobody had the same vision.
Correct.
That's what messed everything up. So then that's when I started looking at it and started cutting people off. Nope, you don't have a vision. Oh, can you pull up today? This is what we got to do so we can have a meeting. You didn't pull up? All right, you're good. Bye. Peace.
There's dudes making $5,000 giving messages of what you just said right there.
Yo, ridiculous,
you know what I mean? With
right?
College doctorate degrees.
Yeah. Yo, crazy. I should be making that, man.
Yo, for real.
Shit. I'm about to do a TED Talk. You're crazy.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
No,
what's up?
People have to take it as personal as you.
Yeah, man.
They have to take the dedication as you. You know what I mean? If you don't have that on your team,
yeah. Exactly.
You don't have a team.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't have a team.
It's so hard because everyone wants to be part of the team, but it's the work.
They want what comes with it. But when it comes to working and being places
and
sacrificing, which is the most important, you have to be able to sacrifice without reward at first. You know what I'm saying? Because people expect to do shit and then have the rewards come right away, and they're not willing to grind. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's like fucking Netflix. What? Just started making profit. I think last year.
Yeah.
They've been, what, for 12 years already?
How many babies been made through Netflix?
Crazy.
That's why they had the Are You Still Watching? It's expensive to keep streaming this shit. We ain't wasted. Y'all watching it? Y'all fucking.
Yeah, man. It's just, I just wish there was a lot of people. I had this conversation with Vianci yesterday, and we just said we feel like a lot of people, it's a mindset. especially in our area, like you say, you don't want to say Springfield, but
it's
Western
Western
Mass,
Mass,
413, the 413,
yeah.
you know, and I just feel like it's too much hate, too much anger, too much bullshit, too much following what other people do. That's one thing I wanted to step away from. Like, example, like when I seen what you guys are doing, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I've seen other podcasts, but this is, like, it feels and looks and presents itself legit, you know? Like, it's different. It's like,
because we got our LeBron, you know what I mean?
so I'm just like, this is really, like, we need more people like this. We need more, the mindsets to change and stop having everybody think just, it's easy.
It's easy. It's not. It's work,
not.
and that's what I love it because like I said, once again, every guest we had is almost the same thing. It's just like I love the praise we get. I love when people say we have a clean show.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I know all the work this guy, the hours this dude puts in. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And at the same time, like looking at you and hearing what you're saying, and I've seen your stuff. You know what I mean? Like, no lie, man. I thought you were like a playboy. I'm like, yo, what the booty's coming? Yo, you talking about it in my mind? I'm like, yo,
I was like, walking with like 6 girls.
I was hoping. I'm like, yo, this dude. I'm hoping. I'm like, yo, I want to see the entourage. Like, you know? Yeah,
You see my girl cheesecake.
Yeah, I know. I like cheesecake.
There's Buttercup.
Hey, Buttercup.
Here's
you know?
Blossom. You got the Powerpuff Girls.
Yo, but I'm just saying, like,
that's
but
funny.
then sitting here talking with you, it's amazing because people don't realize what you see. And then what's behind the scenes, you know, that grind, that hustle, that, yo, fuck this shit, you know what I mean?
Bro.
You know,
Yeah,
but
it's crazy.
but it's great because you're proving you're proving facts and you'll change it. And I feel like this is what we need. And I want to answer something you said, like I feel what people don't say around here is like, yo, I respect what you're doing, keep it up. That's it. That's all people have to say, but they don't want to do that.
They
no
don't.
one wants to acknowledge if someone does something good because everyone feels insecure and underachieved.
Yeah.
But that's your own fault.
That is your own fault.
It's like-
It's just like, you know, you are the company you keep. Like, whoever you keep around you, your surroundings, like, it's you.
I feel it's like the school system, everything. Like,
Oh,
people
yeah,
are so
definitely
soft
that.
because the thing is like, yo, you can't
Definitely
like if you
that.
say fat or talk about kids, be like, oh, I feel you're talking about my weight. I'm like, nigga, because if you fat, you're fat. Like, do something about it. Like, but back then, if you were a fat kid, you owned up to it. I'm a fat kid, still get bitches. Nowadays, like, fat kid.
Or they
my
start
feelings.
knocking you out too.
Oh,
I remember that. I remember
oh,
that.
I remember that.
I remember
gorilla
big
punch.
dudes used to drop people. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
shit. He just got
Everyone
dropped.
loved the big dude because he
He's
got that
slow,
one
but
swing.
he swing hard.
Yeah. Those were the best fights at school because you just knew
Yo.
it. He'd take all the hits and that one thing
Yeah,
comes.
and that's crazy because my pop said the same thing. He's very old school, and he said the same. He was like, "Your generation's soft." He was like, "Y'all too soft," and I'm just like,
Is
oh,
your dad a Puerto Rican one?
yeah.
That sounds like it.
My dad,
Sounds like it.
my dad's good. He's crazy. But yeah, he's definitely said it. He's like, y'all generation is just soft. Like, y'all take everything too personal. And then we got the internet, so it's like get over that shit. Like, there's gonna be people with negative opinion. There's gonna be people with positive opinion. Just keep going. Don't let it hold you back. You know what I mean?
But-
like, why you gonna let shit hold you back?
Everyone feels they have to say something. You know what I mean?
And then not even just that. It's just too, like, people like on Instagram, stuff like that. They like to make themselves look bigger than what they are in real life. Like, I try, like on my Instagram, I try to at least keep it to who I am. You know, like, you don't see me with 15 chains on. You see me with
heard
my
you saying.
one chain with TG on it. That's it, my pendant. And that's not just, oh, I'm getting money to blow it. No, that's a trophy for me. Like, I finally got this chain. I wanted this chain forever. Now I got it. Like, I feel like we just need more focus, more dedication in a lot of aspects of art out here.
Especially in your art.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know what I mean? Like, bro,
Well, you're
Man.
very intelligent, and people, you know, they get to see that now, like, because they just see, you know, in your music and like what you show, like, on social media. But to be
Yeah.
able to come to something like this and be able to talk, people get to notice that the most talented and successful people, when you talk to them, they're extremely
they know what
intelligent.
they're talking about.
This
Yeah.
dude just saying he's reading books, he's
Yeah.
he just listened to this podcast. Like, how much more do you have to explain to people
The
that he
most
knows his
important
shit?
thing,
And he didn't-
listen to people.
Yeah.
Because I think listening to people, like, that's something when I got here, I had my biggest hurdle because people ask me, what's your biggest, you know, going to Let's Talk. It's like, learn how to shut up and listen and take direction.
Mm-hmm.
Once you master that, you'll soak in so much more information. That's how you learn how to engineer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, not thinking you're. I think it's the arrogance, the unwarranted arrogance that I find in people that haven't done the work.
Yo, my God, ridiculous. Ridiculous, bro. Like, it's just crazy. Like, it was funny because last night, actually, because I have a thing with playing UFC4. Don't know why. Like, I love that game. Like, it's a stress reliever for me for some reason. I'm like, damn, I was going to do this right now. So I'm playing, and somebody who loves my music from Canada kept blowing me up, and he's like, hey, you on UFC? I see you're online. And I just picked up the phone call. I'm like, all right, I don't like picking up random calls. It's just weird to me. But I'm like, all right, no, let me experiment more. Picked up the FaceTime. I mean, not FaceTime, Instagram video. And we're playing UFC 4, and it was actually a dope-ass experience to be able to connect. Because he's over here talking like, yeah, it's cool to talk to someone famous. I'm like, bruh. This is how you look at me? Like,
that's
it's
dope.
amazing.
That's dope, though.
But
That's
I'm
dope.
not. Like, I had to let him know, like, bro, I'm nowhere where I want to be right now. I'm financially nowhere where I want to be. You know what I mean? I'm driving a 2000 Honda Accord. Yeah. I'm not a 2020, not a Beamer, not a Bugatti. I know an X4, I'm going to get that Bugatti one day.
Yeah, that song is dope.
Yeah, but, you know, it just having people around that motivate me to that level, like, look at me like I'm famous. And it's mainly people from like other countries and other states that see it as that. I'm like, no, bro, like I'm nowhere where I want to be yet. Like when you start seeing me with the features I really want in this game, then it's like, okay, now he's doing sign. Because I don't want to get signed. I don't want to get signed to a label ever. Distribution deal, most I'll do. Other than that,
like publication.
yeah, like where I can have my music in Target and shit like that.
Yeah.
Other than that, no. No. And that's what I learned from Russ. I'm like, Russ is doing amazing right now. He was making $100,000 a month. And I'm like,
yeah, Russ is dope.
That's amazing. Like, I don't see myself. That's why I feel like people try to set the bar a little too high sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be a Drake. If it happened, it happened. But I still want to. I want to be able to walk the mall.
I want some free meals. I want to sign a belly or a titty.
But
now,
I
man,
still at least want to be able to walk around with my kids and not have to be stopped every 10 seconds and need a full fucking 10 security guards with me.
Exactly.
I want to be able to set a foundation where it's like Hobson, you know, but he kind of fell off. But
I know
Hobson at one point he was making so much money, but he could still go places and be normal. Like, I don't want celebrity because I feel like you can't even take a shit without TMZ right there. Like, hey, what's up? I see you right there. I see what you're doing. Like, you can't do nothing. So
it's so
my
true.
goal, I try to.
Oh my God! You know how horrible my life would be.
Yo, my God, bro.
Do want that.
You won't be able to do nothing. You won't be able to do nothing. They'll be like, oh, look at his internet history. Like
I said, I just want to be able to swipe and know it's there. Don't have to worry. That's it. Like, if I want something, I can get it. But I'm not a, you know, like. Look at my third grade. What do you call third grade teacher attire? Like, I'm not a man that needs much of anything.
I don't ever see myself buying a $300 T-shirt, like, ever. Like, I don't see myself buying Dior. I don't see myself, like, if it's endorsed, all right, cool.
Oh yeah,
all day,
all means, yeah, all day, exactly, exactly.
I don't see, like, you know what I mean. I have a really good client of mine, friend. He got the money, but like, I'm asking him all the time, like, bro, how do you spend $700 on a pair of Balenciaga shoes or $1,000 on sandals? And he's just like, I don't know. Like, he doesn't even really have a thing. It's just, it lives up to his name, Bougie Leak. Like, he's fire. He's amazing. But it's stuff like that. I'm just like, I can't see myself like that. Like, I like to wear something normal. Like, I like to just be chill. Like, you see me in sweatpants most of the time. People are like, but what about jeans and Yeezys? I'm like, I don't see the purpose in that. I'll stick with my Nikes and sometimes Jordans. I'm not
if
even a
they
big Jordan
endorse and they're gonna give it to me, I will take it.
I always take
gifts. You know, I always, if you're gonna pay me, I'll
I
do
don't
it.
think I'd ever wear, but I can't wear shit that's ugly just because it's expensive.
Yeah, like
that shit is ugly.
Like, I
Most of
personally
that
think
shit is
Versace
ugly.
is ugly to me. Like, a lot of this shit is too loud. Way too loud. And I'm like,
That's me though. That's me.
Yeah.
he's like, I'm a Versace.
I will perm this shit, but I'm not gonna pay Versace dollars. Hell no.
Hell
He
no.
doesn't care. He has a Miss Doubtfire overcoat thing with like a Goku shirt or whoever. Who is that?
That's Vegeta. First of
That's
all.
Vegeta.
Vegeta.
Yeah, right.
And like a scarf that he took on his way here. He jumped some kids.
He just found it.
Yeah.
Just found it on the street and picked it up.
Island.
This scarf is 15 years old. All right.
Yo.
This right here, my mama made. All right,
flex.
You know,
Flex on
Tradition.
us.
I wanted to feel comfy at home today, you know, for a reason. Because homeboy right here, mad comfy, you know,
Thanks.
part of the crew.
Hey, I woke up, I'm like, where am I going? Nah, whatever, it doesn't matter. I was about to go buy an outfit yesterday and everything. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I got this. I'm like, it's cool. I like to let people just see, like, you know what I mean, even if you think we're at certain levels, just, you know what I mean, I don't got to live up to
Real,
high expectations. Like, you're not going to see me spending $100 on a steak right now. You're bugging.
On a steak?
On a steak. I've seen someone
yeah.
buy a $100 steak.
Yeah.
I'll do it all day.
Yeah, he's out
and,
there.
you know, because have you ever had $100?
No, see, I did one time at a bistro right across from Harvard in Boston. It was the best steak of my life.
Yeah.
But the meal was so small, I was like, bro, I'm
That's what I'm saying.
Still
yeah,
hungry.
I can't do that.
But you could cut through that steak with a fork. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll flex on food.
Yeah, steak.
No, I love
went
food.
to,
See me
But
Benny.
I'm just saying,
I
at
went
this point,
to it was in New York. It's called Sammy's. Right, it's like a nice ass restaurant. I like my steak well done. I don't like none of that restaurant. And it was still fucking like butter. I was like, well, get the fuck. How do you even do that?
yeah, it's crazy because the bistro we went to, the chefs personally like request not to ask for well done because real chefs, I guess, get pissed off about well done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? They're like, you're ruining the steak. So I finally tried medium well. I was like, I'm not going rare. My grandma eats it rare, and I'm like, fucking vampire. I'm like, I do this shit. So I tried medium well. Perfect. That medium well is it.
When I used to eat
I
beef,
was
that's
like,
what I used to do.
I hate eating well just because my teeth be hurting. I'll be like, bro, what the? Like, it's shit stuck. It's shit hurt. You got to rip through it.
I can't do that shit.
I'm like, yo.
I
That
eat
shit look nasty
rare. I
as
don't give a
Nah,
fuck.
medium well is not really. It's well done.
I'd rather
It's just
fucking be
little
like-
pink.
Then
Yeah.
fucking eat that shit any kind of pink.
Yeah,
I
nah,
eat blood.
yeah, the blood part. I'm like, bro, like, how do you not get sick of this shit? Like, how's that?
yeah, have you
normal?
guys ever had blood sausage? Speaking of blood,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Yeah,
My mom
I had
likes
it.
that
I
shit.
don't like
nasty.
it.
Why the fuck would I want to eat
It's
never
blood?
had
fucking
it.
disgusting. And I
Somebody
got
said-
looked at. I got my Puerto Rico card taken away.
Yo, my dad's Rican and he hates it. My mom loves it, and my dad
fucking gross.
calls it pig dick.
Yeah,
That's a pig dick.
what it. Yeah,
gross.
He said you eat a pig dick.
I was
I'm like,
around
oh, you
mad
can't
Puerto
eat it.
Ricans and they gave me that shit and they're like, "Oh, how do you not? You're not. That's why you sound white." And I'm like, "I'm not sound white. I sound educated." There's
Is that,
difference.
yo, that's crazy.
You know, I said that
Facts.
before to somebody, and they're like, "Well, you mean I'm not educated? I got a master's degree." I'm like,
was like, yeah, but
"Well,
you're
you
still
had a
stupid,
master's
so-
degree.
You got people doing your homework. Then.
You're still dumb.
You were in that special program. They felt bad."
That's hilarious.
Nah, I just think this like being dumb's cool. Like I guess it's like the new wave. Of
It's.
just
I feel
dumb
like so many.
motherfuckers.
I think what I'm really taking and I love about this episode is the realness of it. Like, you know, everyone just wants to make it. You're not worried about flexing how much money because I feel that's what they do. They'll put these people on. These guys who get put on who can't have no talent and everything. They're making everybody money. Everybody's making money off this person. He's just a puppet.
Blueface.
You know, you know what I mean. And that's why a lot of these rappers later on, once they get an education, realize, oh shit, I'm being fucked over. You know?
Crazy.
And then by then it's too late because you're already deep. You know.
Yeah.
And I feel it's horrible, but I feel what I love about take from this whole podcast today is that how real it is to say that some people just want to do it just because they love the art of it.
Yeah,
And just because it's
others
something
just
I
want to
did.
do it because it's a trend.
You know?
Like,
Yeah.
I hate that. I've been an artist since I was 9. It was just always in me. I just never let it out. I never showed people because I was honing that shit. Like, I was like worried about it, and I just hate the fact that I started putting music out right when everybody started putting music out. I was like, why, man? Why did this happen?
It's
Like,
just, you have an idea.
this sucks. It's crazy.
You know, it sucks to start because I started rapping in like '97, and now when people just meet me, they think I'm part of the fad. And that's fucking frustrating. Like, oh, you're just another rapper. I'm like, fuck you. I started doing this shit when like it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When everybody wasn't doing it because
Yeah.
you actually
Well, realistically, I mean,
go ahead.
it was always cool. Everybody always did it. Just now there's the
Yeah,
internet, and now
but-
you can see everybody
Now you can
doing
see
it.
everybody
You were
doing
still
it.
part. You were still part of the fad, regardless, motherfucker. Don't
Nah,
get it
I
twisted.
wasn't.
Don't get it twisted. You were still part of everybody
I
else that was
wasn't.
fucking
Everybody
doing
started
it.
in the 90s.
Nah,
Right?
but
Is that what you're saying, B? Everyone in the late
I think
90s
it's just
started the fad?
access to equipment now is easier. And
Yeah.
access to, I think the biggest thing, I think when shit started really going to hell is when they started letting everybody on iTunes.
Everybody.
Well, dude, it's gonna be like, look at podcasts now. Like, everyone has a podcast. Everyone
Yeah.
has like some of the basic things though.
But look at us. We jumped on the fad.
Yeah, but it's different when it's because it's like if you tell people you have a podcast, they don't look at you the same way if you tell me you're a rapper.
Yeah, at all.
You're right. Well, because you know what though, but it's just like if somebody said, all right, here's the thing though. If someone said, hey, I'm a music country singer. And I'm a rapper. People be like, "Oh, music country singer."
That one is interesting. Because when you're a music country singer, you actually have to have some type of talent.
Well,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
think it's different because everybody could be a podcaster. Nobody blinks an eye. Not everybody could be a rapper.
Not everybody.
Everybody can try to be the rapper.
About to say
Everybody tries.
Well, you guys you probably see it a lot more than we do. Because I know. Here's my thing though. I feel it's like. Culturally, it's feel like if you're any type of minority or live in any type of suburban area, it's like before it used to be garage bands. You know what I mean? All the white kids garage bands, stuff like that. That was the shit. But then people started getting poor, so everyone started moving back to the city. And then what do people listen to? Like hip hop and stuff like that. That was selling. So now it's just a thing. It's always whatever the minorities I'd say or whoever. Pretty much think about it. Jazz was thought of as garbage, and that was like the shit. And music's always going to change. Like, what we liked back in the 90s is great. And we're listening to this stuff right now. Like, this is really trash. But at the same time, it is kind of like art. You get what I mean? It's like, it's like when your daughter draws you something and it's like ugly as fuck, but you still got to put it up on the fucking...
Like, you tried, you know what I mean? You did something.
I'm still going to hang it up right there. You got to wait till she gets older and realize, that's actually garbage, But some people don't... You
should just tell her when she's little. Get her.
Yeah, see, I'm blunt with my kids.
The fuck is this?
You better get on that YouTube Kids and watch that video.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yo, you ever? So you told your daughter before she spit some bars. You told her nah.
Nah, actually, to keep it a band. I think it was the beginning of the year, way before COVID.
Yeah.
My daughter, I gotta find a song, but. So last year, 2019, one of my close friends passed. He was killed, and that's it. That hit me hard. So she felt that. She met him before. She knew him. She called him uncle. So one day, honestly, I'm just in the studio playing beats, and she's with me, and she's like, "I want to go record." And I'm like, "Okay." She's a smart 4-year-old. Like she's really smart. So I'm like, "All right, go ahead." And I put the auto-tune on because I know her pitch ain't perfect. So I put auto-tune. And she actually recorded a good 2 minutes freestyling. And she was saying shit that made me cry. Like, she was just like, I can only remember some of it, but she said, Mickey, which is his name, Mickey is lost. I can't find him, but I feel him everywhere I go. And I'm like, a 4-year-old is saying this shit.
Oh, wow.
That's deep. I'm like, all right, stick to this and not drawing.
Daddy needs no more pictures. Daddy needs more.
Yeah, for real, because I'm like, I want her to get to the age because I'm like, I feel like I could put you in here and have you do something. Like, that's actually fine. Like, little kids are getting paid off of YouTube videos playing with fucking Play-Doh. When my daughter could be putting out videos
of music that actually touches
being a JoJo Siwa hip hop. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy, bro.
That's what's up.
But nah, I'm blunt with her. Like, and she be, Dad, look at this thing I drew. I'm like, you didn't draw nothing. Like, it's a scribble. What do you do it? Like, it's tough love, It's like, gotta be.
Like, you're an idiot sandwich.
That's hilarious.
Nah, that's how they train Asian kids. I have no son. No, they don't raise their kids. They train them. They're good at fucking everything. They're good at for a reason. It's strict.
Everything.
Well, you know what though?
Standards.
You know what? It's also though these parents understand where they come from. You know what I mean? And they push through. I kind of feel like a part of me feels bad for some of parents I'm seeing now, but at the same time, like, you guys know what you're giving your kids, like showing them these false lifestyles. You have money 1 second, broke the next. Money the next second. There's no stability.
Ridiculous.
I just wish there wasn't such an emphasis on money and everything because it's just not. You got rich people killing themselves all the time. You know what I mean?
No, what blew my mind one day was my daughter. She wanted something. She always asks for shit, but I tell her, you got to be good. You know what I mean? My girl got her on, like, you got to clean, you got to do chores. You know what I mean? You want something, you got to work for it.
Yeah.
So one day she was like, that was just me and her, because I don't know, it's weird. Like my girl doesn't intimidate her in a bad way, but it's like, that's the mother figure to her, my girlfriend, which isn't their biological mother. So she comes to me secretly and just like, Dad, can I get a new Barbie? And I was like, no, you can't right now. And she was like, but you got money. And I'm like, bro, I don't, like, this shit is really down to money. Like, I hate that they think like that, because I'm like, I know I have more than your mom does. Like, but why does it have to be at
like
that? Because I just got custody. Well, I'm still in the process, but I'm getting custody of both my daughters. Cause you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. You know
Clap that up.
Clap
that up. You guys don't know how fucking hard it is in Massachusetts. Give that man a
ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Like right now, and like I'm going through some shit. Like it's personal, but I never care. I'm an artist. I talk about it. So it's like. What's mind fucking me right now is I'm paying child support for kids I'm taking care of. She's getting all this money and I'm not getting nothing back. And I called, and they were like, oh, you just had to, when you go to court and finish filing the custody papers, you could get all that money back. And I'm like, all right, but why am I still paying it right now? That's my point. I got proof. I got all this. Like, bro, I'm raising 2 kids. Like, what the fuck? Why am I paying? Like that's why I say this is a woman's state, and that's what throws me off so much because the women put themselves in fucked up predicaments. Yeah. And I'm not saying all. Some of them do go through some hard times.
But the thing is, it doesn't get reflected because if it's a woman. See, that's why I hate feminism. That's why I hate all these women talk about I'm a bad bitch. You a bad bitch? Pay your own fucking bills.
You're a broke bitch.
You bad. But I'm not. It's not coming from a sour place, people.
No, yeah.
I feel like it's coming from a sour place.
It's gotta be though, because as men,
just him.
Yeah, but as men too, it's just like I feel like we it's fucked up for us. Like we don't have say as much as we should. You know what I mean? Like
I agree with that 100%. Like it's. This dude, like when I was going through my divorce, right? I remember I was working at this for-profit organization, and just in case they let me come back. I might. Anyways, what was going? Oh yeah, so I was sitting there and I'm just like down because I'm like, yo, I just had my son. I'm like, yo, about to go through a divorce. Yo, this dude straight up told me, he's like, you gotta do what you gotta do. He's like, take care of you. And it's funny because he told me that he had he got a scholarship to come from Puerto Rico to come here and play baseball, but he knocked up a girl at the same time.
Oh,
yeah. So he left. He dipped out. He's sitting there. He's sitting there, and he's sitting there. This is this old dude crying to me. He's telling me, he's like, yo, I never seen him. I don't even know what he looks like. He could probably walk past me right now. I was like, that's some deep. I didn't want to be like that, right? Sometimes I wish I did that shit. Yo, the shit you go through. I'm sorry. Like, I gotta say, sometimes it's just easier to be like, you know what, little nigga, I'll see you at 18.
you will be getting the child support checks. Don't worry about it.
I'm officially off the hook for all this shit.
Wait, so you have kids?
I have a son.
Yeah, and that's the reason why Massachusetts is a woman's state. Yeah, dodge out.
I wish I could abandon this little motherfucker.
Well, it's a woman's state because the thing is, like,
because the niggas like the mentality like that. I'll see you at 18.
Because the thing is, you stick around, and I think what it is what people don't realize is when you have a child, you're not just. I hate when women say, I'm a single mom, I'm doing all this, because when you're a single dad, you complain. People like, what? You're a dad, you're a man, work. There is no problem with you. Facts. You know what I mean? Do you know how fucking hard it is when you gotta change your baby? And there's no fucking changing shit in the bathroom, and you sitting there on the fucking toilet doing that shit.
Yeah, because they don't have it in the men's
room. They don't have it. They don't have nothing in the
men.
They don't do anything for men.
They got it in the men's room.
Now they do. No, now they do. No, bro. 10 years ago, nigga, I mean, fucking, yeah.
You could tell.
Yeah, when my daughter was first born, there wasn't even, like, barely. I go to Olive Garden, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah. What am I going to do?
Yeah. They're starting to pass laws because people are starting realizing, like, yeah, we talk so much shit about guys, but, like, there's dads actually trying to do shit, and they're still getting... We're still in that label of being a deadbeat dad. You could do everything. You still fucked up though. And I really think it's just because you're not with the woman anymore. She's just pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just majority. That's why. To be honest,
it's a majority. Because
I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of deadbeat dads, and majority of them are.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I just feel like those that are trying,
Like I never wanted kids.
Yeah, that's different. The ones that are trying, that's different. But the majority, I see the state does it because obviously majority rules. They can't fucking...
I blame the Kennedys.
What? Fucking Kennedys. I will not raise my son.
Where we at with sorry?
Yeah, we gotta start heading out.
Yeah,
yeah, but plug your studio because I kind of want to go to it.
Yeah, definitely. You can actually follow the Instagram at Live to Make It Records on Instagram right now. Still updating the page. It's still new, but right now we reside in Springfield, Massachusetts, on Main Street. Have to move location again. Something happened, but no. Right now it's 13. It's always.
But you're safe.
I understand. No, say no more.
We good.
We out.
Now we gotta move.
We're acting like niggas.
Nah, actually, it was females. Females fucked it up, and I almost got evicted. Females fucked it up. Went into the bathroom. I told clients don't come with a lot of people. Like how I asked, and you guys were like, yo, because COVID. I bet. Had a client call me. I'm about to go to sleep. He was like, hey, $500 right now for 4 hours. I was like, damn, that's way above what I pay. I mean, what I'm making. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, bet, I'll do it. Came with a whole bunch of females. Females destroyed the girl's bathroom in there. And I'm in a professional building with lawyers.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. My girl comes the next day. She's like, bro, what the fuck happened? And then I got to complain about that. So now I got to move to the building next door where it's not as professional. It sounds fucking crazy, right? I'm like, bro, it was so grimy. And I've only been there a month because I keep moving till I find the right spot. And I found the right spot. And now I got to move again. So I'm like, bro, it's crazy. But yes, I'm in Springfield. We're still activated. It's 1391 Main Street. It's fire. Like the studio.
I know where that is.
Yeah, it's that right across from Subway and the Deems. That big building used to be a bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that building.
Oh, you're up there? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all the way up. It's fire. But yeah, that's why I would have more information on the studio, but I don't. I don't know what's going on
Why
yet.
people bring all their damn friends anyway?
Bro, I never understand
if they're not in the
that.
song, they don't fucking come to the damn
And
studio.
then one of the artists, which I'm really cool with him, he was coming out the booth. He's like, bro, I can't focus.
Yeah, because everybody's trying to be fucking cool.
You brought like 7. Y'all brought 7 girls, 4 dudes, and only 2 of y'all are working on the song. I don't understand that. Like it's not a
ban
party.
all that
You
shit,
gotta
man.
I'm done with that.
ban
now.
that shit.
One of my boys told me,
Fuck that.
like, long story short, he said I'm too nice sometimes, and I've realized that it's because the professionalism. I try to be understanding, but then when I look at certain business people. And they say fuck you, it's fuck you. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like
It's business.
You know what I mean? It's business. Like,
Sometimes is that $500 now worth you being?
That's what I just said.
Once
Like I was talking to one of the dude who brought girls, and I'm like, look, bro, like I'm not asking for money or nothing. I got this covered, but just know you fucked up for me. Like you fucked it up.
I just lost my
Like,
studio.
yeah, like so now, like I'm here for what I mean. I got to meet with them tomorrow, find new places, but you really fucked it up. Like. You brought nasty ass women here. Like who leaves throw up in the toilet? Who leaves? You know what I mean? Stupid shit, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck was the point of all this? Like that shit just threw me off so much. It pissed me off. Like the other night I couldn't sleep. I stayed up all that because it's running in my mind, and I'm just like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Now that $500 I got doesn't even matter anymore because all the money I put into this place. Now I gotta go redo it again, and I'm like, bro, just some bullshit. But yeah. Watch the company you keep, guys. Everybody watch this.
All right, so what was it? Wednesday, the 23rd. We're doing the live. You already said you're sponsoring. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Hold you.
It's recorded. That's a verbal contract.
I wasn't here. Who was this guy? I'll grow my hair back in a week.
But yeah. So Wednesday, 23rd, live. We're giving away a bunch of shit. If you want to sponsor, it's $25 minimum. Over $50, we'll keep your logo at the bottom of the screen the whole time. So yeah, hit us up. Let's Talk Us Now on Facebook, Instagram. You can email us, let's talk us now at gmail.com. Anything else? Anybody want to plug?
Daddy Fuego Zicker Booze Trying Out Show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Anything for you? You want to?
Oh yes.
Are we bringing back?
MVP Lifestyle is coming back, but we're gonna change some things up. I want to make it a little more spicier for you guys. So we have some things coming through.
Rib cage.
Had some rib cages.
You guys get that joke when we release our special that we did. But all right. So this was the Let's Talk After Dark, the podcast. Follow us on Instagram, Spotify. Listen to us on Apple. YouTube.
Watch us on YouTube.
Like, subscribe. Yeah.
We gotta get those YouTube numbers up. Come on.
Listen, Apple, Google, Spotify, all that good stuff. I'm Benny. Follow me at Benny B Design.
Maverick Prasad, Unlocked Character.
Dame Rev, Damien Rivera Comedy.
All right. Thank you to our special guest.
Tyler Gifted. Thanks for having me.
Where we follow you at?
Follow me on Instagram. Don't have Twitter no more, but follow me on Instagram, YouTube. Everything Tyler Gifted Music. Everything.
All right. And we out.